Fucking slam.
Silence! You shits.
I can appreciate anyone who just calls people shits.
Mortal Kombat.
What a great song. A great game.
Jesus.
Clearly you don't agree with me. Slamming
It
it
sounded like
protest.
Robert Baratheon right there. Like, I just fucking slammed
Silence! You shits.
I can appreciate anyone who just calls people shits. I can. Did you know E3's today?
What's E3?
Oh my god. It's like the
You gonna
biggest,
answer me?
like the biggest gaming convention in the history of gaming conventions. It's where everything gets announced.
It's bigger than Comic-Con?
Is that a gaming convention? Or is that maybe a comic convention?
Listen, they have a lot of fucking games there, do they not?
They do.
Okay then, so go fuck yourself.
It's in the same vein, except it's for games specifically.
What about, doesn't Blizzard have one?
BlizzCon.
Is that better than
No,
E3?
it's not.
You sure?
Positive.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Why? Why are you so positive?
Because I know for a fact that E3 is the biggest convention there is.
Okay, so what's going on with it?
I'll tell you
Tell me.
later. It's stupid, that's how. I'm too far away. Hang on a second.
Why don't you just move the mic closer, big guy?
Because I want to be closer to the table. I don't want the mic closer to me.
You're gonna break the goddamn chair. And
I
these are
do.
company chairs.
It's a bullshit
And
chair.
we can't afford any
I'm
more
telling
company
HR.
chairs. So if that fucking chair breaks, you're standing.
I'm telling HR we need new ones.
We'll
And this is-
spin it.
this
That
is
it's good
my-
for your health. Sitting for too long is too bad for your body.
In case anyone doesn't know, we're sitting on straight ass wooden chairs.
That I find very comfortable.
It's like oak. It's bullshit.
It's not oak. Oak is heavy as fuck.
It's like
it
cheap
was
ass bamboo. Shit you find in a swamp or something. Just
Why are you
smashed
hanging on
together
bamboo?
into a
What the fuck?
chair.
I feel like bamboo is a great wood.
I'm just saying random woods.
How do you feel today, Dalton?
I feel pretty good.
I feel like shit.
I bet you do. You had a rough night yesterday, didn't you?
Well, I just can't hang anymore.
Can't hang.
I'm hungover.
I think.
I don't think I did more shots than you. I think I won I won out on that.
No way.
Yeah, I did.
We'll have to look at the picks because I'm pretty sure that you did not win.
Yeah, well, we drank last night because every time there's a UFC fight on, we make bets on the majority of the fights, and the loser has to take a shot.
Mm-hmm. For every single fight.
And in the past couple of times, I've been getting fucked because I always pick with
He's
my
bad.
heart.
You're a bad picker.
I pick with my heart. I don't pick with my brain. I can't let emotions out of it, you know? But this time, it was like even all the way until the end, and then I won out, which is pretty fucking, it was a great feeling, man. I was so happy that Kobe Covington won. I don't think there was a more exciting fan because if I had to take a shot at that point, it would have been over.
For real, you were definitely feeling it by that point.
I woke up this morning, like, you know, when you're so hungover that it hurts to move.
Mm-hmm. Hurts
And-
just to exist.
Yeah, and you know you need to drink water, but
Mhm.
the thought of putting in all that effort just makes it not worth it. So you
Mhm.
just sit in that miserable pit of sorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That was me for like a solid hour
That's it?
until I had Sam get me water.
Wow. Pretty lucky you have your own little maid, I
It comes with perks, man. It comes with perks.
suppose. And sacrifices.
Yeah, lots of sacrifices. I tried to jog my way out of the hangover and made me
lasted
almost
like
throw up.
15 minutes.
Yeah, I did a quick mile jog. Found out that I have not been training the best way for a marathon.
No?
Because I finally decided to put some
Research into
research into it because I was like, okay, I should probably take this shit seriously. It's coming up closer and closer where I should get into like a training routine. And come to find out, your short runs, anywhere from like 3 to 5 miles, 3 to 8 miles, should be at a faster pace than what your marathon pace is going to be. So if you're planning on having like a 9-minute, 30-second mile average for the marathon, your short runs should be about 9-minute miles or 8.5-minute miles. And then your long runs that are like 10 miles plus should be a minute behind your marathon average pace. So like 10 minutes, 30 seconds, 11 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've not been doing that at all.
No.
This whole time I've been trying to stay at a pace that's better than the marathon, because in my head I was like, well, if I can run this at this pace, then when the marathon comes, it'll be easier.
Not quite how that works.
Apparently that's not how you get your cardio up better. Like your cardio only increases when it's at a sustained, I guess, outload of work. I guess, I don't know.
An outload So if your heart's beating really fast, you're basically just working it for just the sake of working it?
Pretty much. Just the sake of that workout. Which I guess makes sense.
It does, but I feel like a lot of people think that way, the way that you did.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like that would still work if you just like worked your ass off, but it's probably not the most optimal way to.
Right, you're not min-maxing there.
Right. So I'm going to try to implement that for these next few months and see how that works out.
You don't sound too excited about it.
Today's run was horrible. I was like, okay, whenever I'm hungover, usually if I just sweat it out, I'll feel better. Nope. Faster I jogged, like my first mile was 8 minutes. My head was just like fucking pounding. Like I could hear my heartbeat in my head, like boom, 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 boom.
I hate that.
And I was like, fuck. And then I kept jogging, and when after you drink, you have the shits. The next day, I had the shits coming, and I was like a half mile from the house. And I was like, fuck.
Time to run back.
Run back, pinch it off. And then I was like, I got to shit. I feel miserable. My head hurts. I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
I'll make up the rest later.
Sometimes you gotta pull the plug like that if you're not feeling it. Otherwise, you're just gonna make yourself miserable.
Sometimes you got to, and other times you gotta
push through
it and tell yourself that you're being a little bitch, because that's the only way you're gonna grow.
But I feel like hungover and needing the shit is pretty good reasons.
It's a pretty good excuse.
Yeah. Well, I've been up to some much more leisurely things.
Oh yeah.
I don't do nearly as much physical activity as you, and I'm honestly pretty happy about it, because I'm not trying to fucking.
You pride yourself on it?
I do. I feel good that I am able to have this kind of lifestyle with the amount of effort that I put into it, because it's very minimal.
I mean, you don't have to put a lot of effort into maintaining your stature.
Sure.
If
once you get into a routine,
doing,
but to build that routine, you got to put effort into it.
True. Well, yeah. But once you are in that routine, like just working out 3 days a week or even 4 days a week for a half hour to an hour, if you're doing prime shit like high intensity interval training, and then you mix it up with like cardio one day and functional strength training and stuff like that, you're going to stay in shape. Like, a lot of people think that you have to put all this effort and all this time that needs to be dedicated to workouts. You don't really need to if you do the research.
It's true. You start at the right spot. You don't overwork yourself or put too many hefty expectations on yourself, because then you just burn yourself out and like out intimidate yourself.
Oh yeah. Whenever anybody asks me like tips to get them motivated to work out, the number one thing I say is like, don't put too many limits on your shit. Like if you're trying to have a diet, and don't beat yourself up if you're not having the most perfect diet. Like it's okay to have a bad meal every few days or so, because if you are if you're used to having a shit diet and you're used to not working out, and then all of a sudden you do a 180 and you're working out consistently and you're trying to eat the most perfect meals, in that it's going to be miserable at first. It's not going to be as sustainable immediately. Like once you get into a routine of eating good, like eating semi good and eating semi bad, then you can implement eating a little bit better and taking out some of those shittier meals. That's like the number one thing, because everybody who tries it, like, I'm going to go on a diet, it usually lasts like a week or 2 weeks. Be super
strict about it.
Yeah, because you feel overwhelmed. You put all these limitations on yourself, and it's just not worth it.
You hate it. Yeah. So don't put such a negative mindset onto it. Don't project your own negative feelings about it into the actual workout.
Little bitch.
Or that too. It's also an option.
So what other leisurely things were you doing before I interrupted you?
That was quite the interruption. Have you noticed your fucking tangents? Because I feel like I point them out to you a lot. How at some point you'll randomly be like, you know what, this conversation is going to go this way, and now we're talking about this for 15 minutes. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Is that something that you're aware of?
When you like sat me down the other night and said, Nick, I think you have ADD. I agree with you.
That we had a very serious intervention type deal.
I had the counter argument that I don't think ADD is bad. I think it's a good thing.
That you're focused? Because you're not.
No, I'm not focused. And my brain's just always going. It's good and bad.
I suppose. Blessing and a curse. What were we talking about?
You're shit, man. You're leisurely shit that I don't know what you're
doing.
doing.
The irony, I just jumped on a tangent about your tangents.
Yeah, you fucking fool.
How much do you know about Dota 2?
Only what you told me, and you've told me a lot about Dota 2 because you're like, this is one of your favorite games.
Mm-hmm.
But can't say Nick has listened to everything that you said.
Tell me what I told you, Nick. What's your grasp on the game? I'd love to hear it.
I know you play with multiple people.
Okay.
So it's a multiplayer game that's online. I know they last like 45 minutes sometimes.
Something like that.
And I know that people take it super seriously.
It's
and
true.
I know that you suck dick at it.
Wow. Hang on
and I think it's kind of like a Warcraft game. Not World of Warcraft, but like a Warcraft if you ever played that.
Yeah.
Have you ever played that?
I have, yeah.
That's a dope game. I fucking love that shit.
In fact, the game was based on Warcraft 3. It was a mod for Warcraft 3, and it is a competitive multiplayer game, like you said. It's 5 versus 5, like arena style match where you pick a hero out of a really big selection of heroes, and then everyone else picks a hero, and you got to work together with the heroes that you've chosen to destroy the enemy's base.
So it's kind of like League of Legends in the sense that
It's exactly like League of Legends.
you don't ever grow your character.
You do grow your character.
Oh, you do? You can like level
Throughout the 40 minutes, yeah, you level up. You start at level 1.
But after, that's only for that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then the next game, you're level 1 again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Was it?
Yeah, like League of Legends. That's the only thing I know about League of Legends.
It's exactly like League of Legends. They're the same style of game. But I'm going to be starting a series of me playing this Dota 2.
With your mama's birthday gift?
Yep. The webcam and green screen, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is the gift, and that is what we're going to be using. And it's, I think I'm going to title it How Not to Play Dota. Because like you said, I do suck. There's like an MMR system.
What not to do.
Right, what not to do. There's an MMR system, which is like your rating, basically, like in Halo, if you're 1 to 50.
Yeah, they had a Bungie score too. Like if you went on Bungie.net and typed in somebody's game tag.
There's all kinds of like advanced analytics and shit.
I pride myself on that. I wonder if that thing still exists. I want to like go to my old gamer tags and be like, damn.
It is interesting to look at
3.5 KD.
previous
Look at
games.
Nick go.
But let's say the highest MMR, the highest rating is like 10K or 8K. I'm sitting pretty at around 1K.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Is that because you suck, or is that because you don't have enough time to put into the game?
Well, I put in like a solid 500 hours into this game.
I'm saying with
that's
the people
like 500 matches, I think.
So if are there other people that only have 500 matches that are way higher than you?
I don't think so. Probably, but I'm not going to say that I think so. That's for sure. Most of the time, people play like thousands of games, like 8,000 games or something like that. The record is something like 2,300 and 2,000.
No, that's bad.
Yeah, most people are just barely over 50% when it comes to wins.
One thing that you told me about that game that I do find that's interesting is that you said that you can put like 1,000 hours into it and you're still not that good. Like you gotta.
Oh, absolutely.
You're consistently learning new strategies and such.
Like I said, I played 500 hours. I barely know most of the characters. Like I
thought that was
couldn't.
Because you were fucking retarded.
It's not. It's because it's a very high skill game, high skill cap.
I feel like couldn't you just look up online what's the most
you absolutely
popular
can.
thing? Do you do that?
Well, they've introduced a service actually, which analyzes the games and the heroes that your enemy has chosen and tells you what your best options are to defeat them. It's called Dota Plus.
Mm-hmm.
It costs like $3.99.
Would you buy it?
Yeah, obviously. There's a bunch of perks that come with it. The game is loaded with like cosmetic vanity items and shit. That's really the big driving force for like the monetization behind it.
Because it looks different.
Mm-hmm. It looks cool, man.
That graphic shit never fucked with me. I never bought like extra mod packages.
You're never about the looks?
No, I was always about like the results.
See, this is why you don't like Fortnite.
Yeah, I don't like
That's
Fortnite.
basically all that the progression is. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on it.
I don't know.
We don't play Fortnite.
They build shit and they shoot shit.
Yeah.
I like shooting. I don't like building.
So anyway, I'm going to be starting a series following my path out of the swamp that is my skill level. Because everyone's terrible. I will say that in most of my games, I'm not the worst person.
That's good.
I'm probably mostly the best person.
Are
not
you
to
like
brag
the
at all.
second loser all the time? Like your second place?
Basically. sometimes I'm the cause of it, especially now because I haven't played in quite a while, like 5 months, and I've been dying a lot. It's pretty rough times.
Well, this is also going to be your first live stream in general, right?
True.
So you're going to be starting
True.
Twitch.
This is our first passive plays. It's going to be starting on YouTube just as a general series, and then we'll be expanding to Twitch, and I'll be live streaming the games. Hopefully, I'll be better by then.
Well, yeah. Throughout time, you'll get better.
Exactly.
I'm sure your first live stream won't go as planned.
Yeah. So what I'm planning to do is start from the bottom and see how far I can get. So we'll be looking at the last episode of the series and be like, wow, we came really far.
That's with everything, dude.
Yeah.
I listened to like the second podcast the other day, and that shit fucking hurt my soul. The editing was way worse than it is now. The sound sounded terrible, and we just sucked in general, like less suckier than we do now. But
It's pretty crazy. We're only 9 episodes in, and we've already made that kind of difference.
a little bit of progression for sure.
Yeah.
But that's good as long as you put the effort in and you don't fucking get all like mind fucked and
Right. Worry too
self-conscious
much about it.
and-
Once again, don't project those negative feelings on whatever you're doing because you'll make yourself hate it.
The secret art of not giving a fuck.
The secret art of not giving a fuck. I feel like that's trademarked or something. We probably shouldn't say that.
It's a good book. I'm reading it right now.
Speaking of video game series, NBA 2K18 Motor City MyLeague. I love saying that.
I can tell.
I don't think I've ever not
stupid
said
ass
it.
pause, and then you have to say it so perfectly.
Of course, you got to get the right timing out. We won a game, Nick.
Yeah, about fucking time.
It took some time.
This
yeah.
is post sliders.
Right. This is post sliders. The game felt very fun. We played against Boston shortly after a very strange All-Star game.
So it was Boston who we played.
Mm-hmm.
Did we whoop ass or did we just barely win? I don't even remember, dude.
We were whooping ass for a little bit, but they caught.
More importantly, just stop. How did I play?
Well, shitty as usual. But
No, I didn't. Did I ball out?
I think.
Was that the game I was going for a triple double and that was it?
Yeah,
a natural
that was
triple
it.
double?
That was it. You just really want a triple double. You had like 14 points. You're like, I don't care. I need a couple more assists or rebounds, whatever it is you were chasing.
Yeah, that fucked me up though because the second I started trying to play for stats,
You stopped getting every single stat. It was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah,
You put a little assist curse on yourself.
dude,
So every
you
time you
put
pass
that
it to me,
fucking curse on me.
it's not me.
Speak
You can't
for
put it on
yourself.
me.
I am over. I can't put it on you. It's you doing the fucking shots. I don't get it.
Good, wide open every single time, and it always breaks.
And you break it.
It's your fault
It's
then.
your character.
It is
your
not.
character needs to get his fucking shit together.
It's not my fault.
He's J.R. Smithing it on me while I'm trying to LeBron James this shit, and I don't fucking appreciate it. You understand me?
Listen,
Give me some fucking assist, man.
the problem with you, LeBron Jamesing this shit, is you get all angry and you try to tell everyone you're doing everything, but then you don't do anything. You get 14 points.
That's besides the point.
That is the point. But we're talking all the shit. We were fucking all-stars.
What was the score, man?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you didn't have it fucking written
I
down.
don't have these stats down. You got to subscribe to our P&A Cast Plus if you want these numbers.
Is that the game that's live right now? Or is it
Yep.
a different game?
Yep, just came out yesterday, so
Okay.
go check that out. There's a very interesting little scenario that happens in the All-Star game with Anthony Davis.
Motherfucker is like translucent.
Transparent. in
He was
fact.
like so good that you couldn't see him
Couldn't
out
see him.
there.
He's so fast. The brow was like lightning. But that was NBA 2K18. More
So
episodes
what's
coming
next?
out.
How many more? We only got like a few more episodes in the season, right?
Only like 4 more games till the playoffs.
Right. So we're gonna hammer those out. Let's try to get those done quick because I want to play the playoffs.
Quick. For real. Because
Like we got
actual
time. We should just
actual
fucking
NBA
ball out.
playoffs are over.
Oh yeah. So we
We
gotta
catch
like
up.
we gotta take the fans from the NBA playoffs that still want a little bit more NBA.
Give them some
Come
basketball.
to the Motor City MyLeague series.
Exactly.
Get all the drama. Better than ever. You get to
Mhm.
see Money in the playoffs. He's gonna be worse than Draymond Green, worse than any fucking antagonist. I'm telling you that right
Oh
now.
my God, you're gonna be such a dick. I don't even want to watch it.
How are we gonna play those? Are we gonna play every game?
The way I usually do it is I play the first game of every series
Okay.
and every elimination game.
Okay. So we can never lose because of simming.
Exactly.
That's good.
And we can't win because of sending either.
We should definitely record those though.
Oh yeah, we will.
Simulations for
sure.
sure. Gee. Are you all done with game talk?
No, I got a lot of game talk left. I just didn't want to get into it. Did you know? What do you know about E3?
I know what's the biggest gaming Comic-Con.
It's not. Oh my
The
God.
biggest gaming Comic-Con. other than BlizzCon.
Oh, I hate you so
Dom just doesn't
much.
want to admit it. Fucking loser.
This is why I didn't want to talk about it. I knew you were going to be a dummy about it. You're a big fat dummy.
How about you educate me other than talk shit?
I try to educate you, and this is what happens. It's like you retain the smallest tidbits of the information that I tell you, and you try to piece it together anyway. You just throw out your best fucking guess based on the information you have.
That sounds like the story of my life.
Sounds pretty accurate. But anyway, E3 is, in fact, the biggest gaming convention, not Comic-Con, just convention, which is what con stands for.
Go on.
And it's today, in fact. It actually started yesterday with...
Is that like California or something?
I believe so.
Everything dope's in California.
Not us.
Not yet.
Because we're not dope.
No, we're going to go to Switzerland. But anyway.
True. Story for a different day. But anyway, there's it started off with being just like the biggest gaming companies like Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo coming in and just displaying everything that they're working on, get everyone excited, show some trailers, announcements, all that shit.
Any good games coming out?
There's some pretty good ones. The only segment that's happened so far is the EA show.
Is that like the NHL, NBA, all that shit?
Yep, everything under EA.
UFC's on? Is that under EA?
It is.
Oh, that's dope.
There's no announcements for it though.
Fuck. Stupid. Fucking bullshit. Why are we even talking about it then?
Wow. Well, there's a lot to talk about. Let me start with something that'll be maybe interesting for you. So, FIFA 19 is coming out soon.
How did you know my favorite sport ever?
It's got a Champions League mode, which is really cool because it hasn't had any kind of Champions League features.
What is Champions League?
I'm not even gonna bother describing.
What is it like in the NHL?
Shit. I'm not telling you. You could also get FIFA 18 for free right now.
Really?
FIFA 19 isn't even out yet. You just play the current game for free. On a trial, mind you.
Oh, for just like a little bit?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Madden 19 is coming to PC. That hasn't happened in over a decade.
Why?
I don't know. They just don't care about PC for some reason.
Well, PC's like the new thing now.
Yeah.
Gaming systems
PC's
are
definitely
outdated.
coming back.
Yeah, for sure. So they're going to have to.
Okay, now to stuff that you might actually care about. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh, shit. That's EA?
That is EA, yep. They're going deep into the Clone Wars. They've talked about bringing General Grievous, Obi-Wan, Count Dooku, Anakin Skywalker.
Don't they already got them?
No! They don't.
Obi-Wan's not in the game?
No!
What?
You didn't notice that?
Not really.
He's not in the game.
Fuck.
So that's going to be dope as shit.
Obi-Wan's the homie, dude.
He really is. One of my favorites, but Anakin.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's my favorite.
I, for some reason, love Fall of Grace's stories.
Why?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you? Is that what you want to do?
Obviously not. Why would I want that? Because, they always come back. Anyway, they're also going to add some solo content, so that seems pretty cool.
Good, because I really like their story. Like me, I would just play the story all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fuck with multiplayer that much.
By solo, I meant the movie Solo.
Oh.
A little bit of disappointment in your voice there. But yeah, I'm assuming they'll just add Han Solo, young Han Solo.
Young Han, young Chewie.
Kira, blah, blah, blah. Enfys Nest.
Speaking of Kira, I watched a Star Wars YouTube video the other day.
Okay.
It was like a theory.
A theory?
Type of video?
Fan theory?
Mm-hmm. And it was titled, "Did Star Wars just reveal who Rey's mother is and father?"
That's bullshit.
It's the right age, isn't it? Right time frame? Right before episode 4?
Bullshit.
It's kind of there. What if
Where's her Force connection come from then?
Han Solo's son?
He doesn't have any Force connection.
Does.
No, he doesn't.
You, he does.
No, he doesn't.
There's no such thing as luck in Star Wars. It's all the Force. I'm telling you. What if that's the thing?
Tangent for another day. Going back to video games. There's a Star Wars video game coming out.
Battlefront 2.
No, that's already out, you goddamn fool.
What game?
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order.
Is that like
Single player story mode type game.
That's dope.
They released almost no details about it, except that it will take place in the dark times between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope.
Okay, that's what I was thinking based off the title.
Mm-hmm. With the game being a pretty dark experience.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be fucking horrible.
Yeah, players will control a Jedi in a Fallen Order, hence the name Jedi Fallen Order. That's literally all the information we have. Coming holiday 2019.
I hope Ahsoka Tano's in that bitch. We don't get enough Ahsoka. You know what I mean?
She has her own book.
I'm kind of salty in episode 3. Did they ever bring her up at all?
I don't think she existed
Oh,
at the time it was released. Clone Wars came after episode 3.
I understand
And
that,
that's when
but
she
they
was
didn't know.
introduced.
Like they didn't have that plot before the movies came out.
Nope.
They made the.
Thrawn existed before then
Did
in
he?
the expanded universe.
I like how everything's like coming together now, like from one
I
all the way.
I kind of like it, but I also kind of feel like they're just trying to shoehorn too many things in, and I kind of don't like it.
I don't feel like any of it's been bad though, so I like it.
True. People just love to hate. Anyway, more video games.
You.
Yeah, me. You know Battlefield, right?
Yeah. You should
Battlefield.
play the shit out of that.
Battlefield 5 is coming out, and apparently it'll include a battle royale mode, like Fortnite or PUBG,
Is that like 100 versus whatever?
Yeah.
1v1.
like a big free for all.
Fuck that
None
shit.
of what you said.
I don't really play Battlefront that much. I don't know why.
Battlefield.
Battlefield.
Nor Battlefront. You don't play that either.
No, I don't. I still play Halo 3. It's my fucking pride and soul, man. I love that shit.
Mhm.
I have more fun playing that than any other first-person shooter.
Than any other first-person shooter?
Yes. My
It doesn't
second,
seem like you have fun.
my second favorite is Modern Warfare.
Well, there might be some announcements for Microsoft and Halo because their little show's coming on in like an hour.
They're what?
Little show.
Little show?
Little tiny itsy bitsy useless fucking
Excuse
show.
you?
Where
How
they'll sew off
dare you
the cheap new version of the
Put-
Xbox One because someone
put-
needs to buy it.
this negative foul on the greatness of Halo? Remember this. If it
Mhm.
wasn't for Halo,
Mm-hmm.
all these fucking gaming tournaments that are so popular now would not even be nearly as popular as they are now.
That's
Halo
fine.
3 took that shit mainstream.
Okay.
Fucking ESPN, sponsored by Dr. Pepper, Old Spice, all these fucking things. They had T2, T squared. He's a Halo Pro.
Okay.
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 Recognize him.
All right.
On over 1 million Dr. Pepper cans.
1 million Dr.
million.
Pepper cans.
And this is like, I'm talking like
1 million Dr. Pepper cans, everybody.
2008.
1 million
Like
Dr. Pepper
10
cans.
years ago.
Exactly. 10 years ago. No one
Respect the
cares anymore.
Respect the legends. That's all I'm going to say.
That's fine. You can do that.
This
But what the
little-
fuck does that have
This
to do with now?
little fucking event. How dare you?
Anyway, EA also revealed some more information about the game Anthem.
I don't know what that is.
I didn't expect you to. It's the latest game coming out of the BioWare studio with the
Bioshock?
BioWare.
Is that like Bioshock though? Did they make Bioshock?
No, it's not. That was made by 2K. BioWare made Dragon Age, Mass Effect.
Oh, I know Mass Effect.
So you can expect something similar to that, though they've said it's not going to be as story driven. There's a lot of multiplayer elements. They're saying it's not an MMO, but basically there's a story, a single player story, and it's all a big single player environment when you're like by yourself in a city. But when you go out to the wild, then you can connect with all your friends and do missions together for a nice, fun, rewarding experience.
So, kind of, Destiny's kind of like
It's exactly like Destiny, yes.
That's pretty sick. I like those games.
When was the last time you ever played a game like that?
I played Destiny.
When?
When it came out, I got my level 30 and I dipped. I got the max and I dipped. I was like,
All right, I'm done.
It was
Beat
so
the
funny
game.
because my friend Ed he's better than me in any fucking game that he played. And we would do the raids. The only reason why I was getting those items and that gear was through him because he was really good. Like I'd be like the worst person on the raid thing. I was just getting carried, but I kept getting lucky with the rewards. So I got all my gear before they did. He was a little salty, but it was
I'd be salty
fucking
too.
hilarious.
So this game is almost exactly like Destiny in that sense. They're going to try to say that it's not, but it is. But BioWare is known for making quality games. Hopefully EA hasn't like destroyed them like they do a lot of other studios.
How does EA have anything to do with them? Did they buy them out?
For the publisher, yeah.
Mm.
And yeah, they bought them. But the setting for this game has been described as being part Iron Man and part Halo. So let me describe
Like robotic.
big robotic
Halo people?
exosuits.
Huge ones?
Not huge,
Like
but
Titanfall?
no, not that
Okay.
big. Not that
I hated
big.
that
Little-
stupid game.
Titanfall is not a stupid game.
Yes, it was.
We're revisiting that at a different time, but you get your own little personal suit, and it can range in size because there are different classes. Like, you can be a tank or do damage or heal, that kind of shit. And your suit will change in look depending on which one you choose.
Just like Destiny.
Just like Destiny. And you can find different cosmetic items, better guns and shit. It's basically Destiny. But the
Sounds
setting,
exactly like Destiny.
yeah, it is, yeah. But The game's story's been developed to add more stories for years to come, they say.
Just like Destiny.
Just like Destiny, so they could just add more content to it and make you pay for
I feel
it.
like there's a lawsuit coming out.
Maybe. But yeah, it's going to be an MMO.
So, out of all those games that you just announced, which ones are you going to even fucking play?
I'll have to play Anthem, because I play every BioWare game. I played Mass Effect and Dragon Age probably like 15 times.
I've played them a whole 0 times because I'm a man.
Because you're an uncultured swine, I agree.
I'm a man and I play real games.
Mm-hmm.
Like
you play Halo nonstop, over and over and over again. Don't pretend.
I'm not pretending. Like I said, I play man games.
You play man game.
You play shit. That's
Nope.
all you play.
I play
Fucking
adult
weird-ass
games.
Dota fucking creatures. Don't even know how to fucking goddamn play the game. You got 500 hours and you fucking suck at it.
I'll show you, man. If Halo was still popular, I bet you'd be pretty close to the bottom right now.
I disagree with you completely.
With your fucking one game played a day less than that?
I don't need to put a lot of time in.
If it was popular, I said. If everyone's putting in 10 hours a day, because that's what people are doing in this game, Dota.
I've put in my work in the past.
That you don't get to keep it.
Yes, you
That
do.
shit ain't like riding a bike.
It is exactly.
I was gone
like
for 5 months and I can't even play the fucking game anymore.
The only thing that's not riding a bike in Halo is your shot. But your jumps, your locations on the map, knowing when weapons spawn.
Is that why you lose every game?
I win almost all of them.
That is not true. I saw you throw the controller not 2 days ago.
Yeah, it was yesterday. I raged. But it's not my fault.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fucking win when I got a teammate that goes 0-17 and 2-13. I just can't. There's nothing I can do. Fucking. Don't over here say I lose all the time when you don't tell the full truth.
That's exactly what you said, you dumb fool. I was just giving you your own medicine. So anyway,
I don't like it.
Anyway, Anthem's gonna be coming out February 22nd, 2019.
It's so far away, man.
That is really far away. I wish they wouldn't announce things this fucking far away. Like
That's what I'm saying.
the Star Wars game
They're gonna lose
comes
all
out holiday 2019.
They're gonna lose the hype. Like everyone's gonna forget about it. So what the fuck's the point?
The best companies like Bethesda, they'll announce something and then be like, "That's coming out next month." And you're like, "Oh shit, I better get excited."
That's probably a better marketing strategy.
Absolutely, I think
because
so.
It's going to be on their minds the whole time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Sense of urgency. What else? Kingdom Hearts 3 releases January 29th. You ever play that?
I played the first one. I didn't play the second one. I never beat the first one.
God, seriously,
dude, those games take forever. And then also too, I think that was back in the day when like I couldn't afford memory cards. So I'd have to play like in one loop and I'd leave my PlayStation on for a super long time for days at a time. Dude, there was one time for Guitar Hero 3 to get to like unlock all the songs, I had to leave my shit on for a long time. Like 2 weeks.
That's absurd.
That thing took a shit like right after.
I'm pretty sure you were poor because you were sucking your mother's electricity bill right down the fucking toilet.
Nah, because we like stole our electricity a few times. So
stole it. Okay, never mind.
Don't put that blame on me.
You guys had it covered. That's all I have for E3 right now. Because, like I said, the only show has been
fucking sick of it. Sick of it.
See, this is why I don't talk to you about things that interest me.
Thank you.
Anyway, speaking of basketball, Cavs lost.
And 4, like you fucking predicted.
I told you. I done told you. We can do all this talking about how great LeBron is. Is he better than Jordan? Can his teammates carry him? The answer is no. He lost to the best team in the NBA.
You said yesterday that he was better than Jordan. You don't think so anymore?
I think it's not very comparable. But I would rather have LeBron.
Than Jordan?
Mm-hmm. If my team sucked dick, absolutely. Because we don't know what MJ on a dick-sucking team looks like. MJ was on the Warriors at the time.
Yeah, but you know what Jordan looks like on a dick-sucking team? Or not Jordan, James.
LeBron?
Yeah.
He carries him to the finals, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't get a title. So,
It's true.
With Jordan, you at least have that possibility.
So, the 2018 Cavs are the first team to get swept in the finals.
Ever?
Since the 2007 Cavs.
Was that with LeBron?
Yeah.
Oh,
Same
man.
situation.
Against who? Spurs or something?
It was either Spurs or Magic. I'm not 100% sure. So LeBron gets swept out of Cleveland, just like the Warriors wanted. Probably, anyway.
Kind of unrelated.
Yeah.
But you know what's nuts?
What?
One day I was driving to work, and sometimes I watch YouTube videos when I drive. Not smart.
Dangerous.
Anyways, the LeBron documentary was on there. And I didn't know his first championship that he won was against OKC when they had like
Kevin Durant.
KD, James Harden. Did they have Russ too?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. That's a team right there. I didn't know they fucking went to the finals and LeBron fucking beat them. That's sick.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, go back to Cleveland getting swept.
Yeah, LeBron does great things.
Do you think KD deserved the MVP?
No, I'm tired of KD as a person in general. That's rude. I didn't mean that.
I fucking don't like him, man.
He's a snake in the
I don't
grass.
like any of them. I like Draymond Green the most.
That says a lot, honestly.
Because I feel like he's just himself. He's real. I feel like Steph Curry acts like he's a humble guy, but in reality, he's a little fucking snake in the grass.
Yeah,
He's fucking.
once he starts getting confident, the true him starts to show. And
Yeah.
he's very braggadocious.
And I don't like KD because he's a fucking. Just what he did was so fucking soft. It was soft as a cupcake move, man.
Cupcake move
For real.
Mm.
And then Clay is fucking Clay.
I hate Klay Thompson.
I like Clay.
I hate him.
I like Clay when he's on the Pistons, but
It's not gonna
I hate
happen.
him right now. I have to hate him right now temporarily.
Did you know that all of your predictions, the opposite comes true?
Not
Because
true.
I've noticed that for you.
Dwayne Casey.
That's not happening.
You don't think so?
I think they're getting Jason Kidd, bro.
Guess we'll find out.
You jinx everything. Every time we're playing 2K
No
and you
stress,
just say money,
Nicholas.
you brick it. Everyone bricks it. Every single time you say that's not going in. Or you say no way when the enemy shoots and it goes straight in. Like you literally alter the trajectory with your voice and go straight into the net.
Well, all I gotta do is figure out how to do that for me, and then we'll be fucking winning every game then, huh?
Yeah. Figure it out.
Blaming me for your fucking...
How is it my fault? It's
can't
literally
believe it.
something that you have to figure out. Anyway, so it's not all LeBron's fault that they got swept. Because it's actually pretty understandable. Because one, LeBron was playing with a fucking bone contusion in his hand after game one.
Yeah, because he punched something like an idiot.
Punched a whiteboard, yep. Can't blame him.
Only thing I don't like about that is he decided to not wear the cast.
Well, but LeBron is very much not an open book when it comes to playoffs. He gets
Right.
off social media. He doesn't...
I'm sure he got his own process.
He mentioned once to a reporter, I know you see me trying to see me limping. I'm not going to show you even if I was. Like he would just pretend to not be injured so they wouldn't have a story of him appearing weak.
Right, well, that's fine and dandy. But if you're going to do that the whole time. Don't wear a cast at the very end. Because to
Well, it
me...
was over.
Yeah, it's over, but why wear it at the very end? If you're not gonna show your injury the whole time, why are you trying to show it at the very end? Is it like almost trying to justify it even more as to why you lost? Like
Maybe.
if your whole point is to not use it as an excuse, then
Wouldn't you
don't use it at the end. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I'm a LeBron fan. I used to be a LeBron hater.
That's true.
Like big time.
Took a lot of convincing.
But after watching and seeing how much Golden State just isn't fair and how uncompetitive the NBA is with that team, I've grown to like LeBron very much. But yeah, just hide the fucking cast.
Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. But the rest of the Cavs did not show up. Kyle Korver shot 6%.
Oh my god.
In the whole finals.
In the whole final?
6%. Not from 3, just
Where-
in general.
Where is LeBron going?
I don't know. Hopefully somewhere else. I could honestly see him staying in Cleveland just to be the loyal guy.
Why would he do that?
To be the loyal
help?
guy.
How does that help his legacy even more?
Because he stays in the same place.
Yeah, but he's already left, so that that whole staying in that place is tarnished. You know what I mean?
Sure, but at
So
least
why not leave
it's
again?
tarnished less if he doesn't leave again.
I don't think Cleveland can give him what he needs to win a championship anytime soon.
No, I don't think so either.
I guess we'll have to see what the
LeBron James is pretty unpredictable.
free agency situation.
He definitely proved his worth in this playoffs. So
Who,
everyone,
LeBron?
yeah,
Fuck yeah, dude.
he continues to show that he is.
He's the best player in the game by far.
He does not stop improving.
Yeah, and there's no fucking decline in sight, and he's old as shit, and he's fucking just still dogging it. It's fucking nuts. He dropped 50-something points in the first game with a triple-double and still lost. That's how you know it's not his fucking fault. And it wasn't like a Russell Westbrook triple-double where he takes 87 shots.
Why are you yelling at me like I think it's his fault?
Because, man, I have to yell at somebody. And you're right here. So fucking deal with it.
Well, excuse me. That's all I got for him.
Good, because I don't talk about Ovechkin.
Okay.
He won the fucking cup, dude.
Yeah, he did. And
Finally.
he's been bragging about it a lot. He's just been carrying the Stanley Cup in random ass places.
He fucking should, because everybody talked so much shit about Ovechkin for the past fucking 10 years. What was like the running joke everybody always said? I went to a Washington Capitals fan's house and I asked them for a drink, but they didn't have any cups. Like little shit like that, just constantly. I feel bad for him. Like, it's not like hockey is not a one-man sport. You need
absolutely.
a team to win a cup.
There's no LeBroning it in hockey.
You can't fucking blame Ovechkin for not getting a cup, but I'm so happy that he won this year. This year was like a fucking story for playoffs.
Absolutely.
Vegas getting all the way to the finals, unfucking heard of. Nobody thought they were going to get in the playoffs.
There's gonna
In
be
general.
a movie. It's gonna be called Caps. It's gonna follow Alex Ovechkin's rise from being a little Russian kid and coming in the NHL
He
and
was
losing and losing.
intense. You could see the emotion. Like before he grabbed the cup, if you watch the video, Gary Bettman's like, "Come get the cup, Ovechkin,"
Mm-hmm.
and like he skates midway and then he just stops and looks over to behind him to all of his teammates and he's just screaming like, "Yeah!" You see the veins popping out. Everyone else is screaming. And then he grabs it and you can tell as he lifts it up, that whole weight, all that pressure that was on him, it's gone. So he better fucking celebrate. He better do whatever the fuck he wants with that cup.
Absolutely. He deserves it for sure.
Happy for that fucking guy. And I'm happy for everybody else who got to see that bitch's titties get nice shit for their hard work.
The Capitals were more interested in that than they were the cup.
That chick was kind of fine, man. She's probably one of their
Do you think she was
pieces.
you think she was a plant?
Yeah. Why not?
Just an ad for Vegas.
Another person I'm really happy for is TJ Oshie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch his interview, dude?
Yeah.
I about cried.
Yeah. That's some rough stuff to deal
I get
with.
emotional with shit like that, dude. I'm a little pussy with shit like that. But
Well, explain what it is.
his dad has Alzheimer's. And if you don't know what Alzheimer's is, oh my God. But I'll explain it. It's basically when you have memory loss and you don't remember certain things and and it's fucking horrible. Like my grandpa had dementia and it's like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was definitely rough seeing him. Like he never forgot about me personally, but I have like my twin cousins that are like 7 years old at the time or some shit. They'd be running down the hall and he'd be like, "Nick." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Who are those kids?" And I'm like, "Who?" He goes, "Those kids that just walked by." I'm like, "That's your grandchildren, Justin and Jeremy." He goes, "Oh yeah. I know."
That's
But
rough
it's
shit.
fucking rough, dude. Like
Yeah.
it can definitely be rough, and you could hear how emotional he was and how happy he was that he did that for his dad.
Yeah, he said something like, even though he has Alzheimer's, he may not remember very much. I know he's going to remember this.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's something that you can't forget.
Jesus.
And yeah, that like it could not have happened for a better guy because he's an awesome guy and he performed in the playoffs too. He had like 21 points. He was like fourth on the team, and their whole team played amazing. Like you had Kuznetsov and Ovechkin who are putting up the points in Backstrom too, but everybody was putting up like really good numbers for their position. Like third line players getting 15 plus points, fourth line getting like 10 points, and Hopi played out of his mind statistically in that. So good for them. Happy for them.
I can't wait to see that movie. I want to see that shit right now.
Dude,
That shit was exciting.
how about you watch the 1997-1998 video? Like you're trying to get emotional here. Do you not remember what
No,
happened
I
to
don't.
Vladimir Konstantinov in the 97-98 offseason?
I don't remember.
Seriously?
I was 6 at the
You
time.
had to count in your head there, big, huh?
I did have
Jesus
to.
Christ.
Started at 3.
You for real don't know?
I don't remember, as you say.
Okay, well, in 1997, I'm just going to give you a short one. 1997, the Red Wings won the Cup, obviously, right?
Uh-huh.
They had the Russian Five, who was like one of their best lines.
Uh-huh.
And part of the Russian Five was Vladimir Konstantinov. And the best way I can describe him is picture a more aggressive Cronwall
Oh, Jesus.
who had better offensive IQ.
Hmm.
He's a really good player,
Mhm.
like really good. And he was a monster. He hit people like a truck and he didn't take shit from anybody. He was disciplined, though. He didn't fight. Like, he was a good guy.
Mhm.
Awesome guy all around. And in the after they won the Cup in 1997, like shortly after, he was in a limo driving. And the limo driver, I forget if he was drinking or something. I don't know what happened, like why, but they ended up crashing.
Mhm.
And he was in the hospital. And the first person, this is pretty cool, to get there was the Illiches, like the owners.
Mhm.
And then like Eisenman was up there shortly after. Like you could tell how like much of a fucking family this team was.
Yeah.
But the accident fucked him up, and like he was never the same. He was in a wheelchair the rest of his life. He's like he can barely talk. He's like I don't know if he's there all the way mentally in that. So yeah, obviously like it was a huge hit. And the whole time in the regular season, they still kept his locker there. They still kept the shit there, and they had like a little rock that in Russian said "hope" or something like that.
Mhm.
And they fucking won back to back because of that.
Oh, shit.
And Eiserman broke the tradition of the captain always having the Stanley Cup. Like, this shit's emotional. Like, they brought Vladdy out on a wheelchair, and they gave the cup to him, and they had him do the first victory lap.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you're talking about emotions. Like, fucking watch that shit, too.
Did they make a movie out of that?
They made a documentary. They make a documentary for, like, every single Stanley
I don't
Cup.
want a documentary. I want a full featured film.
Well,
I want
they
Brad
should
Pitt.
have a full
I want
feature.
Brad Pitt to be Eiserman.
Who do you want Ovechkin to be? Goddamn, who?
I want Ovechkin to
Seth
play Ovechkin.
Rogen.
Maybe Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman would he could probably dog it.
Absolutely.
Get a couple of teeth. I don't know if he could do the pull off the Russian, though.
He's a professional actor. Of course he can.
He's Australian, and he did
exactly.
Wolverine.
Hides his own accent. I'm sure he can do a different one.
But good on Ovechkin in the Capitals. And we only got, like, what, 2 more years till the Red Wings turn this shit around, and we're fucking good again?
Is that your timetable?
Yeah, 2 to 3 more. I'm like, you're Blackhawks. Fucking, I don't know, man.
So let's talk about MMA. Let's talk about those picks that got you so fucked up.
So, luckily, we decided to do the podcast on Sunday, the day after the fight. We usually do them on Fridays, and then we upload them. We record Fridays, upload on Mondays, so it gives us time to edit, make sure everything's good. But we're fucking feeling froggy doing it this way this week. Because we wanted to talk about the results of the fight, and we feel like the more recent, the better it is for
the fresher, the better.
Yeah. So let's go to the fight card, because I want to start from the bottom and see, like,
not something we normally do.
This drinking scenario. Who drank and why? So let's start with the first one. Bektic versus Lamas. I picked Lamas. I thought he was just a better overall fighter. And to my disbelief, Bektic won.
Whoop, whoop. So that was shot number 1?
Yes. Bektic pretty much, like, just kept the high pressure pace the whole time.
Yeah.
And mauled Lamas. Like, I didn't think he was the more technical fighter.
It didn't really seem like he won a fight.
Yeah, he looked like he won a decision, basically.
Or he won a wrestling match.
But that's not Lamas' fault. I didn't see any sense of urgency from him. It's like he couldn't find it within him. Almost kind of like what Rashad Evans had. Like, he got knocked out in the fight pass, which is bullshit. They should have had a fight later. But I'm pretty sure he retired. Like, on Instagram, he said he's at peace and all that. It was like a huge heartfelt thing.
I guess it's for the best.
Yeah, but once you get at that age, it's almost hard to find that sense of urgency. Like, you probably, you may have a little bit more money right now, so you're a little comfortable. You don't have that fire under your ass as much. You're older, so your body's getting beaten down. You're doing these fights that get to the top again, like you're doing this climb that you've done several times in your career. So the more you do it, the less motivating you're going to be, and, like, the harder it is mentally.
For sure.
So that's probably where Ricardo is at now. So I don't know. He might be like a journeyman fighter now. I hope not. He's still super talented. I just think he needs to get a better sense of urgency. That's all.
Yeah, it's hard to find that, though. It's hard to just instill that into guys.
He can get it. He just has to find it. Count, just like Carlos Condit, like people like that. Once you get at that age, it's like it's hard to find it. It's the difference between the greats and the legends, you know?
Yeah, the ones who are the best are the ones who need it.
Yes.
You need to win.
And they don't expect anything less. So I had to take a shot for that fucking fight.
To be fair, when you say you think I took the same amount of shots, I took a pity shot with you.
You took a petty shot. You took one petty shot with me.
I think it might have been 2.
No, it was 1. I promise you it was 1. I think, well, I mean, I don't know. You took the shot, so. Next fight was Claudia versus Carla.
Really wanted this one.
And we only watched the 3rd round because we went to Meyer to get some liquor. But when we came back and watched it, Claudia looked fucked up.
Yeah, she had gotten beat up by the time we started
like
watching. Like halfway through the 3rd.
Yeah, like some domestic abuse was going on. And she ended up winning a split decision. But from when I heard, a lot of people thought Carla won. Like, if you look at the strikes, the total strikes, let's do Claudia's first.
Okay.
She landed 78 out of 124. Carla landed 205 out of 228, or 288, 71%, and over 100 more strikes.
How much of that came in the 3rd round?
I don't know. I'm not that balls deep in these analytics, you fuck.
Well, I feel like that's pretty important because if she lost,
strikes, it could have been a lot of, like, obviously it was a lot of peppering shots because the significant strikes she only has 43, but out of 103. So she landed 41%. Claudia landed 40%. So they're like even there. But Claudia had 4 out of 5 takedowns, and Carla had 2 out of 4. So it sounds like Claudia like wrestled her way to win, but at the end she was getting outstruck big time.
I wonder if she got gassed out.
Maybe.
Hope
I
not.
don't think she was. I think she was sleeping on Carla. Like
Problem.
she probably thought she was better than her, didn't give her any respect. And why would you? I mean, honestly, like Carla got destroyed by Joanna way back when, and that mentally broke her. And then she got injured, and she was gone for a long time. And then she came back, and she didn't look like the same fighter. But these past couple fights, she's looked
There's
great.
been some urgency.
Yeah, she's fucking doing her thing. She looks like a champion, like a title contender for sure. So
definitely some respect to her.
that was a win for both of them. Claudia got the win, so that's good for her career. And then Carla, that's a huge stock rise for her. So I like to see her get like a top 2, top 3 now. Maybe like fight Carolina Kowalkiewicz or somebody. I don't know. Somebody in the top 3.
So that was another shot for you.
Yeah, that was another shot for me. Fuck. So
See,
I was
I feel like
2-1.
I might have taken 2 pity shots, like right there.
Maybe, whatever. Anyways, 2-0 Dalton. Okay, fuck off. Third fight, and look at this bullshit. Curtis Blades versus Alistair Overeem. Man, I picked Alistair. I thought that he was a veteran enough to where he could stuff the takedowns of a Curtis Blades, and I thought he was gonna knock him out. His striking's the best in the MMA. Mark Hunt almost knocked Curtis Blades out. And not best in MMA. I'm sorry, best in the heavyweight division. Don't try to like kill me on my quotes. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here.
You ain't no British job.
Yeah, Overeem got knocked the fuck out. It was brutal. That shit
It was
brutal.
bad. It looked like watching a horror movie.
Yeah. Curtis,
like if that was a TV show like Walking Dead, I'd be like, wow, why didn't they censor this shit?
For real. Like Curtis Blades was wrestling him out wrestling him the first couple rounds. Alistair clipped him once in the second round.
Yeah.
But then in the third round, Curtis got on the ground, was just like outpacing him. He started working him on the feet there a little bit, took him down, and then elbowed him to death. That shit looked horrible. First of all,
was bad.
I watched the replay of it a few times.
Why?
Because I wanted to see if it was a late stoppage, and it was a late stoppage.
There was like 2 elbows.
It was
late.
like 2 to 4, dude. Like you could tell Overeem was out after the second elbow, but he still had his hands up. But he was out. And fucking Curtis, like you're not supposed to stop till the ref tells you. So get on him. Like that's fair play. And like every elbow that you've seen, you just see more fucking blood come pouring out of Overeem's face.
Oh
He sliced both of his eyes, both of them with his elbow, dude. That shit looked horrible. Like
I'm still constantly surprised at how sharp elbows are.
I don't understand. Like I don't know how much more Overeem can take with these knockouts. He's been knocked out so many times, like at least 15 times, and these are brutal heavyweight knockouts.
He just keeps getting back up.
But at some point, you gotta like sit down and think about your longevity of your health. You know, you don't want to be fucking punch drunk at the age of 50.
For real.
I don't know. He's still an elite fighter. Obviously, he's a top 5 heavyweight for sure. He can beat anybody at any given night. But
sad to see him get beat the fuck up. That's for sure.
He's a legend. He don't need that UFC title to retire a legend. He's already a legend. So I don't know if you're gonna.
You think he doesn't have very much more to prove?
No, absolutely not. The only thing he wants to prove that is to become a UFC champ. He's gotten close several times, just falls short, and I don't know if all this damage is worth another run.
I'm with you.
So I had to take a fucking another shot. So there was 3 in a row for me, and I'm just like, this whole time I'm talking to Dalton, like, I fucking hate these bets, dude. Why are we doing this shit? I fucking hate it. Why do I bet with my heart every fucking time I lose, man? But then Mike Jackson saved the day.
Good life story coming up.
Yeah. Mike Jackson beat CM Punk, and easy.
Why the fuck did I pick CM Punk?
Because we didn't know shit about Mike Jackson. I didn't know that he had that much of a boxing past. Like he's undefeated 4-0 in boxing, which is not a whole lot of experience, but it's way more than what CM Punk had. Yeah. And he looked very confident on the feet. His boxing was smooth. He was definitely trying to showboat in there, and I think he was trying to get as much spotlight as possible. Took advantage of the opportunity. You can't be mad at him for it, but yeah, they are. Like they're done with him. But Dana White said he's dead to him, basically. But yeah, he outclassed CM Punk. But good on CM Punk. He was getting his ass beat, and he did not quit until to the end.
Right, he was like an Energizer Bunny. He was beat the fuck up Energizer Bunny, but he was going.
Yeah, for sure. Even at the last 10 seconds of the third round, he was still trying. Like he reversed to get on top from bottom, and happy for him. I hope he doesn't hold his head down too down. Head down too down. He's gonna keep his head down because he took an ass beating, and he showed that he can at least survive 3 rounds with a professional fighter.
He's shown he can handle it.
Yeah. I think that he should just stop now. I think that's good enough. Like, I'm sure he still wants that first win, but I don't think UFC is going to take him back.
Yeah, I think Dana said the same thing. Like, super nice guy. He got his shots.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time to call it a wrap.
Yeah, the difference between him and Brock Lesnar's success is Brock Lesnar used to be a wrestler and he's a freak athlete.
Right.
CM Punk looks the opposite. He looks like an average guy.
Yep.
It's amazing that he made it in wrestling because wrestling, you need like those big roided out guys usually, typically. But his personality.
All personality.
Yeah, so good on him. He's a good guy, and I think he should just sail off and enjoy retirement.
Yep. Be
Go
glad
back
they
to
took a
wrestling,
shot.
man. You won that lawsuit against Vince McMahon. Just fucking go over there, talk,
Have a fight with Ronda Rousey.
sort that shit out, and then he'll be bigger than ever. Make him
Can have a
more money
nice like triangle fight with Ronda Rousey, CM Punk, and Brock Lesnar. Come on.
for
Sells itself.
Bring the Rock in that bitch.
Bring the Rock into the UFC.
Fuck.
Holy
You know he
shit.
was. Did you know that he was thinking about
Considering
it? Yeah, before his acting career took off, like he thought it wasn't going to take off, so
Mhm.
he had a game plan and everything. Like he talked to Greg Jackson, like he went to several different gyms, and he was going to train at Greg Jackson Wink's gym in Arizona, and try it out. He's like, thank God I didn't. He's like, I would have got my ass beat.
You could have had MMA Dwayne Johnson. What are you talking about?
But I don't know how that would work steroid wise.
True.
For sure, he takes steroids. There's no way that's legit. Anyways, you had to take a shot there. I was happy about that one. Then
I was fine with it.
Tai Tuivasa versus Andrei Arlovsky. Very good close fight.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who won at the end, but they gave it to Tai Tuivasa. It was like their strikes are so similar. Look at this: 54 out of 120 for Tai, 52 out of 126 for Andre. Andre tried 2 takedowns, but he didn't. He got stuffed both times. There was like no difference. It was a very, very close fight. It was entertaining too.
For sure.
Ty's he just seems like a cool dude to hang out with.
Absolutely.
He's fucking hilarious. And that goddamn shoey shit is disgusting as hell. But I mean,
yeah, you
the thing that
take a
disgusts me-
shoe,
yeah.
pour beer in it, someone spits in it, and then you chug it out of the shoe.
Yeah. If I was drunk, I think I would do that if somebody didn't spit in it. Like if it's just like a brand new shoe somebody had on and then they poured a beer in it and I just fucking chugged it real quick. I don't
You
think
probably manage it, yeah.
I don't think that'd be too bad, but the spit thing.
You just gotta like not
He's
look at him
fucking-
spit in it and pretend it's not there.
He's nasty, dude. I don't get that Australian. What is up with you crazy people in Australia with your fucking horrible animals, poisonous shit? Like,
They got a lot to deal with. They got to
Dude.
cope.
Ty, I don't know how to say his last name. Tuivasa.
Tuivasa.
He told Ariel Hawani to take his shoe off and put beer in it. And Ariel said he didn't have any alcohol on him. And he said, pee in his fucking shoe and he'll do it. He said he's done it before. What is he thinking?
What in the world, man?
God damn it. There has to be a better way to market yourself.
Fuck off, Australia.
So
That was another shot for you.
that
So
was
you're
another
already
shot for me.
It's 1-4. How did I lose this? You're out of your mind.
1-4. Well, hang on.
Okay.
Well, maybe we tied.
Let's see.
Next fight, Holly Holm versus Megan Anderson. My baby girl.
You obviously at home.
Holly Holm. One of my pride and joys. One of my favorite fighters of all time. She fucking dominated.
True. Very convincing.
First round, Megan got a couple licks in standing up. So Holly, being the veteran she is, and I didn't even know she had this as a part of her game, honestly. She fucking out-grappled Megan.
Maybe she didn't. Maybe it's something she's been working on.
Well, she's in a great gym, Jackson
Absolutely.
Wink, for grappling.
Mhm.
And she out-grappled somebody who looked twice her size. Megan Anderson looked like she was a true featherweight, and Holly's a true bantamweight.
Yeah.
Like, there's no question on that. But Holly's just a fucking elite fighter. She's
Heart of
great.
hearts.
She's very gritty. She's super strong. She got a beautiful ass. She got everything going on. That's all I'm just gonna say.
Okay.
And she fucking dominated. And I don't know what's next for her. I think that win's good enough to give her the next title shot against Amanda if Amanda doesn't want to fight Cyborg. Because who else is Amanda gonna fight now? Valentina's fighting at 125 now. She already lost to Amanda twice.
Mm-hmm.
Raquel just lost. Is there anybody that's up and coming that I'm not thinking about right now?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Holly Holm. Why not? She hasn't fought Amanda.
How many chances does she get, Nick?
What do you mean? She's had 3 title fights total.
You sure?
Yes.
Seems like way more.
She
than that.
won against Ronda. She lost against Misha, who she was winning all the way to the 5th round.
Yeah.
And then she went out like a soldier.
Yeah.
And then she lost to Cyborg. Because her next fight after Misha was a fight against Valentina, but she lost that.
Yeah.
And then she fought Batch Correa, knocked that bitch
Easy
out.
win.
And then she went to fight Cyborg. No. Then she fought Jermaine Duran to me and lost that bullshit.
Mhm.
That was some poor shit.
Okay, I get it.
Fuck, don't.
I know your feelings on these things.
I love Holly.
I know.
And my baby girl saved me.
So 3 title losses.
Yes. But one of them's bullshit. That being said, you had to take a shot, so it's 2-4.
Okay.
Then, next fight, Colby, my favorite guy in the world, Covington.
That's a new feeling. You weren't feeling that way before.
I'm feeling that way when he did not make me have to take another shot.
You were so thankful.
I was.
Oh my god.
He out RDA'd RDA. He pretty much used RDA style against him. Just constant pressure, smothering. I personally did not think he was going to be able to keep that up.
I didn't know he was that good.
Me either. Bottom line, I've been a Colby hater this whole time because I understand what he's doing with the whole trash talk. He's trying to be the heel, but I just didn't think he was good at it.
Yeah.
I thought at first it was cringy. There were so many things that I didn't think he even knew what he was saying until after he said it. And he definitely had to cross the line a few times. But that being said, I was impressed with his trash talk this whole week before the fight. I was telling you throughout the whole week. I was like, I think he's kind of doing it. And then after the weigh-ins, I was like, I don't know about RDA, man. He looks emotional.
I hate that you said that.
And I was right. You said that. I'm always wrong with that shit. I'm telling you, it's a thing.
It's confirmation bias.
The mental game is the most important part of fighting. I'm telling you, if you mentally defeat somebody, I don't care how physical they are. I don't care if they're in better shape. They're better everywhere. If you can beat them mentally, you can beat them. And I think that's what Colby did. He outworked him. I did not think he was that good with his cardio. His cardio was on another level. It's like a Diaz level.
He's in ridiculous shape.
Yeah, good on him. I can't hate on him anymore. I like what he's doing. I think that he's legit now for sure. He's gonna fight Tyron next.
Hopefully, he acts legit.
I think he's starting to turn around. The fans even turned it around. At first they were booing the shit out of him and they were chanting RDA, and then all of a sudden you start hearing USA chants. Which sure, every drunk guy on the planet will go on with a USA chant. And then, but then you heard Kobe chants.
I was hearing Kobe sucks. They were saying Kobe sucks,
and there was Kobe's chants too. Though
maybe that was in the later rounds.
Probably, but I'm saying you could see the fans turn almost like a Chael Sonnen aspect.
People respect skill.
Yeah, and Chael, everybody knows what he was doing, and it got to a point where he was the fans knew and they were cool with it, so they liked him even though he was talking so much shit. Like
Draymond Green, if you become known for it, people just get used to it.
Right. So I think that's starting to happen for him, and he definitely fired up Tyron. Tyron was firing at him on Twitter and shit.
Seriously?
Yeah, dude. Kobe and Michael Bisping went off on each other at the post-fight thing. Because Kobe said I'm talking to all my haters at Fox. Nobody thought I would win. Blah blah blah. And then Michael was like, "Why are you being a prick?" Talking shit, and then Kobe was talking shit back, saying he talked shit about his eye, talked shit why are you retiring?
Jesus.
We can do this right now. And Bisping, it was also because Bisping went
antagonistic mode.
He always had to have the last word. He kept saying Kobe's title was fake and blah blah blah.
It's how he's always been. Just because he's not fighting anymore, can't expect him to change.
I don't think. Yeah, but Bisping was trying to tell Kobe to turn it down a notch, and I don't think he has any authority to say that
for sure,
because he is being a fucking hypocrite in that sense.
Well, his has always been better though.
Yes, Bisping definitely looked like he out talked shit to Kobe that fucking
out
time.
Talk shit did it.
But it was still entertaining to see.
For sure.
And I think for real is going to take that belt to the White House because they asked Dana White about it and he goes, yeah, I'm going to call Trump. I'm going to make it happen. She's like, yeah, I can do that.
Why wouldn't he?
And
Donald Trump will advertise that shit
Donald
immediately.
Trump will advertise it. The UFC is going to advertise it. Kobe is going to advertise it. I think his stock just rose so much.
If I were Kobe, I would make that appointment and then reject it. Pull out.
Dude,
do you know how lit Donald Trump would be? He would light him up on Twitter, and all of a sudden he's the biggest name in America. Everyone's, who's Colby Covington? Oh, I don't know. He's a fighter, and apparently he just didn't go to the White House.
He didn't. That'd have been funny as hell.
Exactly.
He didn't slap Joe Rogan like he said he was going to. Apparently he's really good friends with Cameron Haynes, so Cameron Haynes kind of solved that. Kobe said that's the one thing that he regrets out of all his trash talk is going after Joe. And kind of like the guy, if I'm being honest.
You were pretty happy when you heard that. I think that is actually when you started liking him, probably.
If you're good with Cameron Haynes and Joe Rogan, then you're good with me. Oh my God. Just going to say that.
Holy trifecta.
So, thankfully, you had to take another shot. 3-4.
Yeah, shit was gaining on me. I was really regretting the pity shots at that point.
I told you not to take him. I said, dude, don't, because you're gonna lose in the later ones. Like, what happens?
What? I never lose. What are you talking about? Yeah, I lost.
And then Whitaker versus Yoel Romero. Fight of the fucking year so far, in my opinion. And I was buzzed as fuck watching it, and on other shit.
So let's start with some of the.
Remember,
hang on,
amazing.
Let's start with some of the constituents of this fight. One,
yes, I forgot about this.
Romero's overweight.
That I think that's such horseshit, man.
That's the next constituent. He's overweight because he was not given enough time to weight cut. He was cut like an hour short, right?
Yes, you have in Chicago. The commission allows you to have 2 hours of extra time after your first weigh-in to make weight, a second attempt. For some reason, I guess the commission stopped Romero an hour early, and I think that's confirmed. Like Dana White said it happened and all that. And he weighed in the first time at 186 pounds, and the second time after making him weigh in an hour earlier than what he was supposed to, weighed in at 185.2. And that motherfucker looked like he was on death's door. Like he looked horrible.
Like he was getting carried.
Yeah, he was in a lot of pain. But that aside, the commission should have given him that extra hour. It's only 0.2 fucking pounds.
You can absolutely lose that.
Yeah. All he had to do was put one little finger on the towel, DC style, and it would have been fucking good.
Just shave his pubes, he would have been fine.
Yeah. So it's shitty because he probably lost 30% of his purse, and then also if he won that, it wouldn't have been a title fight, which is fucking. If he won, that would have put everything ass backwards. Like
changed a lot.
This 185 title has gone through some shit in the past couple of years.
It's a traumatic experience.
It's
for
all
sure.
Rocco's fault.
Yeah, idiot. Getting knocked out for no reason.
Giving Bisping zero respect and getting clipped, and then everything went to hell from there. But that aside, this whole weight cutting thing it's getting rough.
It is.
Like, I looked up.
Hang on, we'll revisit it. I'm going through my constituents. Constituent number 3.
Fuck you.
Because I know you got a lot to say about it, so we'll make that its own little thing. Constituent number 3. Robert Whitaker was fighting 4.5 rounds with a broken thumb.
Yes. I seen the
X-ray.
X-ray.
It's straight up broken.
He just like indented it half inch away from where it's supposed to be.
So he did that. It wasn't even a real fucking title defense. He didn't have to take that fight.
No, he soldiered up there.
That's
for sure.
Incredible.
Robert Whitaker is an animal.
He might be one of my favorite fighters.
Yeah, he's super nice, but when it's fight time, he fucking turns that shit around. You could see the beast coming out of him. Like he's smacking his chest like a fucking gorilla, just fucking saying, "This is my octagon. This is my time." And
fucking Australians, man.
Yeah, he fucking
you need to calm
super
down.
Nice guy, but he fucking did it, man. And it's a very controversial fight from what I'm hearing. I thought Whitaker won. I thought he won rounds 1, 2, and 4. Like I thought. He easily won the first 2 rounds. The third round got clipped, and Yoel Romero was starting to show a little bit of life. Fourth round was a very close round, but Whitaker was out striking him until Romero hit him at the very end of the round with a couple of nice shots. So if you're going by damage, you're going to go with Romero. But if you're going to go by like octagon pressure, hit, like amount of strikes and movement and pushing the action and all that shit, you're going to go with Whitaker. So I'm leaning towards Whitaker in that round. Then the 5th round was like all Romero. Like Whitaker was just trying to survive. He got clipped, and that fucking guy got to chin. His cardio was unreal. Like to go against a brick house of Yoel Romero. Like everybody gets knocked out by Romero. Everybody,
unsurprisingly,
except Whitaker. Like that motherfucker's knocked out. Rockhold, Weidman, everybody. Like in horrible ways. He knocked out Tim Kennedy. He's just an animal. Bottom line, he's like probably the best athlete the UFC's ever seen.
And he's like 40.
Yes, that's. Could you imagine if he was fighting 10 years ago?
Honestly, no. I can't.
He would have had that title for a very long time. Anderson Silva would not even be a name.
He was probably like a Cuban mobster at that point or something.
Apparently, dude, he's a dog. But that being said, Robert pulled it off, and he's champ now, so that's good.
Well, he was still the champ.
Well, I'm saying it's good for the belt. Like there's no controversy now. There's no like
it would have been annoying
negative mindset on it.
People trying to say that Whitaker's like a false champ or something.
Yeah, he's definitely a champ now. He defended the belt. He's not an interim belt. Like GSP's not in the division anymore. Bisping retired. He's the fucking champ. But back to these fucking weight cuts. These weight cuts something has to happen. I know that Dana White he already said that it's happening. Like they're changing the weigh-in times from the morning weigh-ins back to what they used to be.
What was that?
When you actually weigh in and stand with your opponent, the face-offs, like later at like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When they do the live weigh-ins, that's when they do it now.
Oh, gotcha.
And back to what it used to be, basically. And a lot of fighters are upset with it. They're saying it's bullshit. It's healthier for us to do it earlier. And you're punishing all the people that are disciplined to actually do their job because of a few bad bugs. Which is kind of true.
But at some point...
but statistically, since the early weigh-ins, there have been more missed weights. I didn't know if it was just the thing like, well, it's more in the spotlight now, so you're noticing it more. But statistically, it's not more often. But then I looked it up, and it's statistically higher. So
it's becoming more frequent.
It's becoming a lot more frequent. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I think it's definitely less healthier for the fighters to weigh in later. But at the same time, if people are going to actually be professional about it and they weigh in on time, then it may be what's better off overall for the company. But for the fucking fighters, something has to change. Like same day weigh-ins or more classes. Like why don't we have every 10-pound class or every 10 pounds a title? 125, 135, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 205, 215.
Maybe the town will be too thin?
I don't think so. There's like over 400 UFC fighters signed. And then you got all kinds of people that would gladly come to the UFC if you had different weight classes. And then you can have multiple champs too. Like you can have like a Weidman fighting at 175 and 185 or 185 and 195. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then Rockhold fighting at 195 and 205.
But then they'd still be weight cutting if they did that.
True. But if they miss weight, then the UFC should implement, okay, you can't come to that weight class anymore. But then you have plenty of other options. It's not like, oh God, I can't fucking fight at 185. Now I have to fight at 205 with these monsters that are 20 pounds heavier than me.
True.
You know?
Doesn't seem very realistic. No. So you feel like you're forced into a weight cut?
Mm-hmm. And these fighters are killing themselves. Like the Darren Till video was horrible. He literally lost vision. He lost his vision while trying to cut weight, and he still wanted to fucking run on the treadmill. Like he was ridiculous. In the sauna. It looked like his teammates were holding the door shut, and he's just in there being miserable. And then they open it for him. He's like crawling out, and it's like he's doing it to himself. Like no one's forcing him to cut this weight. Nobody's telling him to go this fucking deep just to go in a weight class that you're a monster in.
Right.
He's doing it to himself, but it's not healthy. And somebody's gonna fucking die. And do we have to wait for somebody to die before they make these changes? Or why don't we be fucking proactive about it? The fuck?
For real. See? I told you felt very strongly about it.
Depressed about that shit, man. Darren Till would do perfectly fine at 185. He should not be at 170. And if there was 175 and 185 and 195, that motherfucker would probably be
the champ of all of them.
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier for him to make 175 than 170 for sure.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. No more fucking weigh-ins. Fix that shit.
I think weight cuts is an outdated concept. Just like cheerleaders.
Oh my God. Women with skimpy outfits makes every situation better. I'm just going to say that. Tell me a situation where it doesn't. Other than like family shit.
Fly fishing.
Why the fuck wouldn't you want to go fly fishing with a cheerleader?
Covered in bug bites. No way that would be comfortable. All that skin showing, you'd be a fucking feast. A feast, man.
You're the only guy on the planet that would be fly fishing, looking at a cheerleader thinking, oh my God,
look at all those bugs.
Where are all her clothes? This poor lady. She's going to get mosquito bites everywhere.
Well, excuse me for being considerate.
Fucking guy on the planet.
You're welcome, ladies.
That being said, that was UFC 225 recap.
So it ended up being a draw.
Yes,
for us.
Ended up being a draw, but you took a pity shot, 1 or 2, so you did take more shots than me. But I woke up hungover as fuck.
I woke up at 7:30 a.m. feeling great.
I don't understand how.
I was drinking lots of water last night.
I was not. That's why I'm
you fool.
I am a fucking fool. But dude, I have good news about my other job.
Okay.
My actual money job right now.
9 to 5.
My 9 to 5.
Or rather, what is it now?
My 6 to 2:30.
Hey yo, hour change.
Yes. So for any of you that don't know, I
think it's everybody. You've never said what your hours are.
Well, in my current job, my hours are 5 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And on Wednesdays, it's 4 a.m. to 12:30. And with that, early schedule with the rest of my schedule was like trying to work out and pick my sisters up from school and help my mom with shit, whatever she needs around the house. Then come home and work on the podcast as far as whatever, like Instagram, marketing, anything, right? Towards the podcast. And then having time for myself and then doing like adult shit and all that. It fucking was mentally exhausting. And it was physically exhausting. And I've been doing this I've been at this company since October. So like 8 months or some shit. I've been doing it for a long time. And at first it wasn't that bad. But as time has gone on and it's been getting like miserable. Like the more I thought about my schedule, the more I had a negative outlook on everything. Like it made me miserable at my job. I hated getting up early. It made me hate being there. It made me look at everything at the job so negatively. And when you think of shit negatively, it just consumes you and it makes you fucking miserable. And it was like unbearable. I got to a point where it was pretty unbearable. Like I had a pretty rough week.
Yeah.
My mom got pneumonia. She was sick on Wednesday. And like I said, Wednesdays are my early days. So I didn't get much sleep on Tuesday because I had other family shit, the grad party thing to go to. So got like 3 hours of sleep Tuesday. And on Wednesday, I was like, okay, when I get home from work, I'm just going to get some sleep. And took like a 2-hour nap and I woke up to my phone being blown up because my mom needs to go to the hospital. And she had an accident like a year ago, so she can't drive and shit. So I had to go drive and take her there because nobody else could at the time. So that whole time I felt like, what the fuck? Like this is getting crazy. Like getting up early, dealing with all this shit, and then like dealing with my mom's shit, trying to help her out and trying to help make sure my sisters have rides for school and all that, and making sure they have a place to stay, making sure that I could still go to work if possible, and obviously making sure my mom's health is good. And that's the most important thing. And dealing with that, it got to me last week. I was super stressed, and I like broke down. Like on Thursday, after the second day, because my mom was in the hospital for like 3-4 days, because I wanted to make sure the pneumonia wasn't going to get any worse because antibiotics weren't working, and pneumonia is dangerous when antibiotics don't work. It can fucking kill you. It got emotional. Like I was driving home or taking my sisters to my aunt's house so I could work. And I had my sunglasses on, so I thought it was okay. Like I was like almost tearing up a little bit. And I was like, fuck, dude, something has to change. And I was thinking in my head, like, okay, like what is making me so stressed out? Like what's the most number one thing that is making me feel so miserable? And it was getting up so early in my job. So I was like on the verge of quitting. Like should I just walk out? Should I just give them a 2-week notice? Like what's going on? And this whole time I didn't ask once about getting my hours changed because I thought it would be an automatic no. Like based off my schedule and based off what I do at the job, like I thought you had to be on that shift. And I didn't think that they would accept anything other. But I was like, you know what? I'm sick of this. Like if anybody else was telling me their sob story that I'm telling you guys now, like my first advice would be like, dude, just go into your work and fucking walk up to your manager and ask them what's the worst that can happen. Right. They're just going to say no. But
right, not gonna fire you for asking.
Right, and I built up this fucking wall. I put my manager on a fucking pedestal, 40-year-old virgin style. And the more I thought about it, the more
scared you became. Yeah,
because I didn't do it, and then I had that internal battle inside of me. And when you have that internal battle inside of you, it makes everything worse. And I was like, I'm being a little bitch. I just need to go over there and ask, like, why the fuck haven't I asked? And then I was like, you know what? The next Friday morning, I'm just gonna walk right into my job, walk right into her office before I say anything, before I start my desk or my computer or anything. And I did. And I walked in there, talked to her, and there's like no issues at all. Like at all. Like in my head, driving there, I was thinking of scenarios. Like, okay, if she says no because of like this reason, I can bring up this scenario. I'm like, well, I can still make this work by coming in early on Wednesdays for meetings, but then I can come in later on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then we can at least do a trial run, see if it works out. And if it doesn't, I'll go back. I was thinking of all this shit in my head. And she's like, what do you want your hours to? And I was like, like 6:30, 6 if possible.
I didn't think you'd ask.
And she's like, okay. I was like, I think we can do 6 o'clock. And I was like, fuck yeah, awesome. And then that was pretty much. And then we talked for a little bit about my mom and all that. And then it was good. And then like that whole day, I was like having like a realization of like that one little thing was fucking ruining so much for me. Because the more I thought about it, the less action that I took on it, the more miserable I felt. And the more miserable you are, everything else seems miserable too.
Mhm.
It doesn't seem as fun. That's always in the back of your mind. And it was a huge relief for me. And I'm glad that I finally did it. The only thing I'm not glad about is I feel like sometimes I purposely put myself in situations. Jesus, I purposely put myself in situations
Mhm.
where I'm unbearable for way too long. I think
Unbearable?
I think it's because like in my childhood I was used to like
Just deal with it.
dealing with shitty situations for long term.
Mhm.
So it's like I almost get to a point where I break down like I did before I actually take action.
Just seems like the easier option when it's
Yeah.
more comfortable.
Right. It's like the devil I know type of thing instead
Mhm.
of actually like listening to my own advice. Like if there was anybody else telling me this shit, I'd tell them, get the fucking head out of your ass and go fucking talk to your boss. What the fuck?
Exactly.
And then deal with it there. Then you actually know, like if there's a yes or no. And then if there's a no, then you know you have two options. Either accept it and quit bitching about it or fucking move on
Mhm.
and find something else.
Either way, you lose that anxiety of
Right.
just having it over your head.
Right. So huge fucking relief for me. And it's a huge like realization. So if any of you out there have something that's in the back of your head as far as like, man, I think I deserve a raise, or I don't like this job, or your hours, for example, or anything in general, like,
Anything that you're thinking about doing that you're just not sure about, you're not sure if it's worth.
right, just fucking go out there and try it. Have the mindset of not giving a fuck.
Okay, maybe that doesn't apply to everything. So if you're thinking about murdering someone, don't just go through with it. Don't just try it out or anything.
Just don't give a fuck, man. Just don't give a fuck.
No. How to make a murderer. We're answering that question right now.
Well, it's in production right now, so we got to get some shit going.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. I hope those hours really help out.
I think that extra hour will help a lot for sleep,
Absolutely.
because an hour is a huge deal. Going from like 4 hours sleep to 5 hours sleep, or even like 5 to 6,
Mhm.
it's a huge deal. I think I'll have more energy. And I think when you don't get a lot of sleep and you try to work out as much as I do, it makes it so much harder. Like your body's going to not recover. Like that's probably why I'm sore all the time. I feel like I'm not as flexible as I used to be, and I don't have as much energy as I used to have at all. Like I can barely hang out on the weekends now.
That's because we smoke so much weed and it knocks us right the fuck out. Don't pretend it's anything else.
No, motherfucker. That, and I can't even stay up past like 11.
Because you're always high.
I'm not always. I wish. No.
At 11 o'clock, you're always high.
Yeah, I said 11 o'clock, I'm almost always high.
I think there's a bigger connection to the way we feel and to weed than we're giving ourselves credit for. Because if you think about it, when you're at home, what are you? Probably high.
No.
More than 50% of the time. While you're at home, definitely compared to work.
I can say, oh yeah, compared to work for sure. Sometimes I take a hit before I go into work.
So, here's my theory.
Okay.
You go to work. You're obviously sober. You work at a desk job. You can't.
Sometimes I'm sober, sometimes I'm not.
You shouldn't come in high, ideally.
Yes.
So you're spending 8 hours sober,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get home. Maybe you take a quick puff just to relieve some tension.
That's you. You're explaining yourself right now.
Right. I'm saying you, but I'm just meaning in general.
Sounds a lot
saying
like
us. I do that sometimes too, obviously. Because if you're having a bad day, you just want to release, and
Yeah, it's almost
a
like
quick way of doing it.
Yeah, it's almost like how some people come home after their day and they have a glass of wine or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's your fucking thing that you use to release some stress, and it's not even that fucking bad at all.
Right. But so you're high at home, you're sober at work. And when
Mhm.
you're sober for a little bit of a while, you start to feel it. You start to feel not even close to as happy as you are while you're lifted.
Mm.
So now you're associating not feeling as happy with your workplace,
sobriety.
with sobriety and your workplace, since that's the only place you're fucking sober. I feel like there could definitely be a mental connection there that we don't even realize.
Maybe subconsciously,
Mm-hmm.
I can see.
You're going to
that.
start associating negative things because when you're not high and you want to be high, you just get aggravated.
I don't know if I agree with that 100% though, because when I'm sober, I'm not thinking constantly like, man, I wish I was high right now.
No, like I said, you don't really think
And
about it. It's just a
I
association, like a Pavlov thing.
Maybe. And I also definitely have moments when I'm sober where I'm just fucking high, like I'm high on life.
Yeah.
Like I feel like really, really good about shit.
Yeah.
Especially like when the podcast is where something happened, we broke through, we got something done we haven't done
Some
before.
milestones.
We've uploaded a new podcast that I thought was fun. Like we're getting better at it and things like that, and enjoying it,
Mhm.
which is like the best part, that we're still enjoying it, continuing throughout this whole process, even though like the workload is getting more and more all the time. But it's like it's a good thing,
Yeah.
and it's a great feeling, and it makes me feel good all the time. So, and even like other life shit too, you know,
Yeah.
like girlfriends, shit like that, makes me feel good every once in a while. But like that's why I'm not sure if that's like the only reason why.
Just a theory. I'm sure it could. I feel like it could be a contributing factor. Is all I'm saying.
I agree with you because there definitely are times when
You're aggravated without it. Your saddest days are without it.
Yes,
The sadder days are the loudest. I'm blowing strong.
Dude, that fucking album is so good.
I recognize this because I realize that I'm not really unhappy when I'm at home. If I'm sitting here and I'm just doing something, I'm not nearly as much in my head as I am when I'm at work.
Are you like always thinking about shit at work?
Not always. Sometimes like I'll be productive enough to distract me.
Busy at work so you don't think about it too much.
But most of the time, yeah, mine's just running wild.
Mine is also, but it doesn't like, it's not like a negative thing.
Can be.
It can definitely be. I do have bad days. Like everybody has bad days in the sense of like if you're trying to do something non-traditional and it's something that's online related that typically takes a lot of initial like free work before you actually go somewhere, it can have a lot of anxiety because there's a lot of people that do it. There's a lot of people that do it and fail. And if for it to succeed, you have to put a lot of effort into it. And you're going to have days where you doubt yourself for sure. You're not going to fucking wake up every morning and just think that you're the greatest at it unless you're like Kanye West or something like that, you know?
Then you're borderline delusional.
Right. So I've had days like that, at least like 1 or 2 a week where I'm like, fuck, like I feel like nervous about the podcast or what we're doing. And then it's like, fuck, well, what am I doing with my life? And like, oh my God, I'm almost like a little midlife crisis throughout this fucking week. But
it comes and goes almost.
Yeah. What helps me on those days is typically I have those bad thoughts when I don't work out. And when I don't work out and I don't relieve a lot of stress, I get stressed out when I have negative thoughts. And it's just like something that I do to relieve my stress. It's my anchor, as The Rock would say, like something that I can always go to whenever I'm feeling down.
Only The Rock would say that.
Yeah, for sure. That's in his Instagram stories all the time. He's like, find your fucking anchor. And I think exercise is that for him too. Because he's so busy. I'm sure he gets stressed out all the time. But then he'll just fucking go to the gym, work out, get his mind off it for like an hour, relieve a lot of stress physically.
He looks like a stress exerciser.
Yeah. That's a stress exerciser. Jesus Christ. He's going through so much stress.
Same thing as a stress eater.
Pray for The Rock. Holy shit. But yeah, when I feel like that, it's usually when I'm like fucking up, when I'm not doing the things that I
think you should be doing.
I should be doing that have like helped me become the person that I am, you know?
Yeah. It's hard to not hold yourself accountable when all you teach yourself is hold yourself accountable to improve.
I am actually getting better at like not holding myself accountable as much.
I feel like with all these struggles that we sometimes talk about, I feel like it's every week there's something new, but I always feel like we come out on top almost. Like you always learn something or grow something from it. And I don't think it's always been that way. I don't know what's changed.
Maturity?
Weed.
Weed.
Acid.
Acid for sure, dude.
It really shakes your beliefs.
Yeah, if you aren't in the LSD, if you don't know anything about it, and you think you got the propaganda mindset of, oh my God, it's so bad. Like, just do your own research and then tune back into the podcast. Well, another thing too is that, like, I think now we're mature enough to not think everything is
the end all be all.
The end all be all, and that if something bad happens, that it's automatically a loss, like you took an L, because it all depends on how you look into it, like your perspective on it. Because anything in life you can fucking flip as a lesson learned, opposed to just strictly a loss. Even like losing a loved one, like obviously that's horrible, right? But instead of like letting it beat yourself down and like to a point where you're in a depression for a long period of time, you can just like enjoy all the positives that you have with that individual and the experiences and what they would want you to do, like how they would want you to live your life after the fact, you know?
Right, you get less hung up about the negatives. Helps you enjoy the positives more.
Right. It's like almost with anything. It's fucking nuts, man. I feel like we have these really, like you said, fucking realizations every week.
I know. But we never do anything about it because we're lazy fucks. Anyways, this has been Passive and Aggressive. I'm Dalton Johnston.
I'm Nick Martwinski. Make sure, if you liked it, rate 5 stars and share the shit. The most important thing for us is rating it, because the higher rating that we get, the more advertising we'll get from iTunes, the more often it'll be on their top page, and it'll be higher on their search engine and all that good shit.
And then we can get more content to you guys and, treat you the special way you should be treated.
Treat you real good. Fucking back massage
Oh, I'm thinking a front massage.
and prostate fingering.
Whoa!
And everything.
Okay, draw the line.
Share the shit. Rate it. If you have any advice for how shitty Dalton is in NBA, I would gladly hear it. Yeah, if you got any advice on live streaming with Twitch or just Dota advice in general, you can message Dalton on his Instagram. You can message me on my Instagram if you want to get your ass kicked in Halo 3. And go from there.
Challenging people.
Yeah. Look at the last Motor City MyLeague episode that's live right now.
YouTube.
It's been live since yesterday. Dawn did all the work on this one. It was my bad. I fucking forgot about doing the
fucking
description
welcome.
and shit. I got wasted. That's my excuse. I'm hungover. And it's his fault for making those bet picks.
Yep, so subscribe to all the channels. What?
Subscribe to other channels.
Fell apart a little bit there.
Jesus, we're recovered.
To get all the updates that we're pushing out, go to the website, pnacast.com. We got lots of merch there, email list, all the good shit.
Yep. Until next time, fuckers.
We'll see you.